morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anustha Acharya. The top stories first. Ruling parties prepare draft on common minimum program. Government to get full shape after the program gets finalized. Varying faction of CPN UML heading towards unity. Leaders rule out possibility of joining NC-led government. Government confirms over 3,900 new cases of coronavirus. Number of active cases stands at 34,000. Armed groups storm villages across northern Burkina Faso, kill at least 10 civilians and 15 soldiers. And Lionel Messi to leave Barcelona due to financial obstacles. The Argentine forward scored 672 goals in 778 appearances for the club. And now the news in detail. A task force of the ruling party alliance has prepared the draft of the common minimum program and the work procedure of the current government. The task force meeting held at the office of the Prime Minister on Thursday prepared the draft of the program and the work procedure. The member secretary of the task force, Keshavraj Joshi, said they will now submit the draft of the program and work procedure to the top leaders soon. Other members of the task force representing Nepali Congress include Purna Bahadur Khadka, Dr. Minendra Rizal and Ramesh Lekhak, while Dev Gurung and Barsaman Pun represent CPN Maoist Center, and Rajendra Shrestha and Mahendra Raya Yadav are from JSP. The Common Minimum Program has included various issues such as government priorities, government policy and programs, and implementation of federalism. Member Secretary Joshi said that the report would be made public after discussion among top leaders. The government will get full shape after the finalization of the Common Minimum Program. Participants of the Central Committee meeting of the CPN-UML faction led by senior leader Madhav Kumar Nepal have hinted at the possible unity between the two factions of the party. A report.
The meeting of the dissident faction held at Budhanagar yesterday saw over 70 participants who discussed on a wide range of topics such as unity within the CPN-UML decisions made by party chair KP Sharma Oli and joining the incumbent Nepali Congress-led government, among others. Talking to media persons after the meeting, Standing Committee member Raghuji Panta ruled out the possibility of their faction joining in the incumbent Nepali Congress-led government and clarified that they will remain as opposition, stating that the members of the task force representing both the factions were effortful for unification bid. Panta expressed his confidence that the warring sides would be united. He added that the dialogues between the two factions will continue. The meeting centered on further consolidating the CPN-UML and sorting out the differences between the Nepal faction and party chair Oli faction. A majority of the Central Committee members suggested moving towards unifying the party by implementing the 10-point agreement inked by the task force. The task force was formed to resolve the intra-party disputes. The next meeting of the Nepal faction will convene at 11 a.m. today morning.
This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back. Now the national news. The government confirmed 3,938 new cases of coronavirus across the country yesterday. The new cases were detected from 18,408 tests, including 11,870 PCR tests and 6,538 antigen tests. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, the COVID-19 caseload has reached 708,079 through PCR test and 65,781 from antigen test. Meanwhile, 2,012 people recovered in this period. The total number of people recovering from the disease has reached 663,663. Likewise, 37 people succumbed to the virus yesterday, taking the death toll to 9,994. The fatality in Nepal is rate 1.5% according to the ministry. The number of active cases of COVID-19 currently stands at 34,422. Among them, 713 are undergoing treatment in ICU of various hospitals, while 158 are recovering ventilator support. And now the news from economic front. The monetary policy of Nepal Rashtra Bank will most likely not be announced this week. NRB Governor Maha Prasad Adhikari had previously stated that the monetary policy would be unveiled today, but the central bank is planning to do so next week, claiming that it is not yet ready to unveil the monetary policy. With the latest announcement, the possibility of monetary policy coming this week has been ruled out. According to the NRB spokesperson Dev Kumar Dhakal, the monetary policy will be announced only next week. He also said that the monetary policy will be announced by the end of the next week. The central bank has clarified that it is taking long time to announce the monetary policy because the government can change its budget priorities and size at any time. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back. Now the international news. An armed group has killed at least 30 people in a series of attacks in villages across northern Burkina Faso, Al Jazeera reported. The unidentified assailants stalked villagers near the town of Marcoya around midday on Wednesday and then attacked security forces responding to the raids later that afternoon, the country's defense ministry said in a statement on Thursday. The victims included 11 civilians, 15 soldiers and 4 members of a government-backed civilian militia. More than 10 attackers were also killed, the statement said, adding the military had resigned control of the area. On the top of killings, cattle were stolen and properties set on fire. Earlier, a regional official with the Volunteer Self-Defense Force said that the attacks occurs in Burkina Sahel Administrative Region, hitting the villages of Bodnogo, Basian, Toka Bangao and Gadba near the Niger border, and the district of Pensa in the center-north region. Such attacks have killed at least 1,400 people. In early June, the northern village of the Solhan was hit by the attack since the start of the conflict, with at least 138 people killed. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Barcelona said Lionel Messi will not be staying at the club because of financial and structural obstacles. Messi, 34, has been a free agent since 1st July when his contract expired. He agreed a new deal on reduced wages with the club 2 weeks later, but it was dependent on Barca selling players to afford his salary. Both parties display regret that the wishes of the players and the club will ultimately not be fulfilled, the club said. Barcelona had said Messi was poised to extend his 21-year association with the club by signing the new deal on Thursday and blamed La Liga for the failure to do so. He had reached an agreement to stay with the Catalan side until 2026, but La Liga said the club must reduce wages before he and any new players can be registered. Despite FC Barcelona and Lionel Messi having reached an agreement and the clear intention of both parties to sign a new contract today, this cannot happen because of financial and structural obstacles, the club said. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. Ruling parties prepared draft on common minimum program, government to get full shape after the program gets finalized. Varying faction of CPN-UML heading towards unity, leaders rule out possibility of joining ANC-led government. Government confirms over 3,900 new cases of coronavirus, number of active cases stands at 34,000. Armed groups storm villages across northern Burkina Faso, kill at least 10 civilians and 15 soldiers. And Lionel Messi to leave Barcelona due to financial obstacle. The Argentine forward scored 672 goals in 778 appearances for the club. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.